Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the gym. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. I just received some terrible news. Natalie told me that Takeoff died. One of the Migos, which is really sad. So, yeah, that's terrible. So, a very unfortunate way to start off the morning, but yeah, tough stuff. Hopefully you guys are doing well regardless. Enjoyed your Halloween yesterday, to those of you guys that celebrate. Enjoyed your trick-or-treating festivities. Who is Takeoff? One of the Migos. One of the Migos. You know, the Migos. Also they all have solo careers themselves. But yeah, that's really sad. He was 28. So definitely gonna be praying for him and his family. That is yeah. Wow. Life's short, guys. For sure. We've got some Pokemon cards scheduled for today, as we do here on Tricky Gym. That's what we do. And I just got news, apparently, that we are going to be I don't know. Apparently, the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live is going to be opening up for open beta next month. So yeah, apparently that's going to be a thing. Now, there's this interesting kind of, situation that I'm in where I don't want to play the Pokemon Trading Card Game live. That is kind of an interesting situation, isn't it? Yeah. I don't want to play live. Thank you, Monarch Master, for the sub and the 29 months. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't want to play the Pokemon Trading Card Game live. And frankly, the only reason I'm playing the Pokemon Trading Card Game online is because it's just, it's comfortable and it's been here forever and it works and it gets the job done and it doesn't actively impede on my ability to create content. That's why we use this client. It's not great. The Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Don't get it twisted. PTCGO is not a good client. I mean, it is fine. It is serviceable. It gets the job done for what it is. I think Direwolf has certainly done a fine job with with what they've been given. It seems as if they've done a fine job with, keeping it going. But I'm not motivated to move to the Pokemon Trading Card Game live. There's literally nothing about that client has been exciting or motivating to me. So now I'm like, well, that's what I'm saying. Marvel Snap looks beautiful, is fun. Yeah, it's just, but I feel like I ought to be enticed, to go to the new thing. And it's like, instead, it's just going to be work. And then my issue is that by using it, I feel like I'll be by using it, I feel like I'll be signing off on it or like promoting it or like saying that I approve of it, and basically that I'll be like co-signing it, you know? I mean, and it's like this, of course I want what's best for the community and I want what's best for the game, and I just have made it pretty obvious that I don't believe that the direction of live currently is it. So like, that's my statement. Endorsing is the word I'm looking for. I don't want to just be blindly endorsing it. I've made it very clear that I don't think that the Pokemon trading card game live is successfully setting out what it needs to do. I've made that abundantly clear. So then just by like saying, oh, well, I guess I'll just play it. Like, no, that's just endorsing it, which is not what I am doing. I don't endorse it. I think that they need to completely change directions with it. You know, you look at something like Marvel Snap and what it was able to accomplish. You look at the hype that Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel was able to get when it came out, you know, and it's just like, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. I'm not just going to be a shill for it, you know. I'm the biggest content creator on this platform. I'm the biggest content creator on this game. I am. I'm just, you know, I don't want to be conceited or whatever, but I feel like my endorsement has value, and it's like, and the Pokemon Company, in my mind, is not doing anything to try and win us over as a community, right? That's what I feel like they're not doing. And like, it's just, bro, look at Marvel Snap, look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, look at Magic the Gathering Arena, and this is what we have, you know? So it's like, you want me to just be a shill, bro? You just want me to, is that what you want me to do? You want me to just put on my shill hat and just be a shill? Like, no, dude. I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? And I've been completely honest since day one, okay? The Pokemon trading card game live looks more like Tabletop Simulator than it does like a modern game. And that's not appropriate. In my mind, it's a brand damaging experience for Pokemon fans. Pokemon fans will play live and be like, wow, Pokemon's not as cool as I thought it was. Those are the stakes, bro. Like, those are the stakes. You know, which is why I don't approve of it. Like, that's, the Pokemon Company should not put out anything that makes people feel that way, you know? Nothing. The Pokemon Company should never put out something that makes people feel that way. And usually they don't. But this is the one thing. It's the worst thing to ever come out of the Pokemon IP. Can you think of something worse? You know what I mean? Hey, you Pikachu. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like it's a brand damaging experience. That's why I'm not endorsing it. I've been clear about it, but it's like this train is kind of headed that way, regardless of whether or not, you know, regardless of whether or not what I think, the train seems to be headed in this direction. And I just have this like pit in my gut. It's just a feeling of doom. It's like, cool, man. I built my career around, you know, promoting the Pokemon trading card game. I don't believe that live is the adequate direction for the future of our game. Yeah, thank you, Plural Beer Me, for the Prime sub. And it's like, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I just am going to need to adapt and figure it out. It's like, you know, people at the Pokemon Company might be like, well, why is he being so entitled? Why is he being so, you know, why is he being so up in arms about it? Because I've built my career around this and I care a lot. And, you know, this is what I do, right? I'm more invested in growing the Pokemon trading card game community than anybody, you know? I care more than anybody, right? My whole life is staked on this. So of course, that passion is going to be, you know, I just want the best. I want the very best of what the Pokemon Company can do for this game that I love. And it's just, and I do not believe that this is it. So, yeah, thank you, UW, for the 200 bits. I don't know. I don't work at the Pokemon Company. I can't answer that question for you. You know, why doesn't it look more like, you know, a AAA title? What do you want me to say to that? You know, I don't know. I'm not in those meetings. It's just, man, it's tough. It's tough, you know? And it's like, I don't want, you know, my job to get harder for, you know, I don't want my job to get harder. And I'm just like looking alive and I'm like, dang, man, I'm worried that this thing is not going to make my job easier. Instead, it's going to make my job much more difficult. So those are my concerns, you know. And it's been hard for me to disconnect myself from my expectations from the Pokemon Company because, like, I don't want to lower the bar to, like, I don't want to lower the bar of my expectations. Right? To make live okay. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to just be like, you know what, it's cool. You know, I expect the bare minimum now, you know. That's not who I am as a person. Yeah, clearly, like, dude, look at what I produce. Look at my content, you know? Am I a bare minimum guy to you guys? Is that the kind of work ethic that I have? Is that the kind of expectation? It's not the expectations that I have of myself, and it certainly isn't the expectations of the company that I work so hard to promote. So that's why it hurts me so much to see something that doesn't live up to any reasonable expectations in my mind. You know what I mean? Like, you could be critical of like like Sword and Shield, and you could be critical of like Scarlet and Violet and things like that, but like those live up to a reasonable expectation, and I think they're successful in a lot of ways, you know? But live, on the other hand, does not live up to any reasonable expectation from, like, you know what I mean? It's in my mind, it is like wholesale falling short. But so it hurts. It just hurts. It hurts that we're like barreling towards this, and it just is what it is, you know? But, oh well. It is what it do, baby. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not like anything that I say is going to make a difference. And that's like, so it's like, it's fine. It's not worth saying anything. I ought to just, frankly, I feel like I ought to just shut up and play ball. Like, and I hate to say that, but that's how I've been made to feel now. So that's just how I feel. It's like, I got to just give up. That's how I feel. Just give up. Give up. Be quiet. Do your job. Because there's nothing I can do to change it. It's depressing, but that's just, what are the consequences? If I keep complaining, like, what if I lose, they don't want to listen to me. It's just, I'm probably just negatively impacting my own career by doing this. So, all right, playing against Arceus Giratina VSTAR. I've got a nice starting hand thanks to that Evolution Incense top deck. I will gladly attach this double turbo energy and pass. Then next turn I can use Evolution Incense, go get Arceus VSTAR, and use Starbirth to go search out a Goodra V and maybe a draw supporter. We'll see if my opponent's able to find a double turbo energy on the first turn so that they can Trinity charge. Nope, just a powerful colorless energy. And we'll see. It's nice to go first in the Arceus mirror. Getting the first hit is very important, especially when we're playing against Arceus Giratina, since Giratina VSTAR can one-hit KO our dudes. This is all very good. We'll Starbirth. They've only got a 3-card hand, so we can get Goodra and a Culver's Experiment. I like that. I don't want a Marnie. So let's play Culver's Experiment. Big Parasol for sure. Actually, no, I don't need the Big Parasol. They're never gonna... Yeah, no. We'll grab these. That seems good. And then put down the Goodra, Path to the Peak, and we'll Trinity Nova for 180 damage and accelerate the 3 energy to our Goodra V on the bench. Sick. Feeling like I'm in a very good spot now. They've got Bieberell, and they can Marnie. All right, it's cool. They didn't have that Marnie last turn, so I didn't think they had one. They must have top-decked it. We've got a nice hand, though, with Culver's Experiment and Avery. And I'm hoping that by throwing that Path to the Peak down, maybe I can stick my opponents without a Starbirth themselves. It looks like they're going to have to settle for a Trinity Charge to accelerate some energy onto Giratina, which puts me in a very favorable position as they are not able to deal any damage yet. I'm going to be able to knock out this Arceus this next turn, which means that I'm good to counter this Stadium so that I can use my Radiant Gardevoir's ability again. That would be super good. So let's see. Go Culver's Experiments. We do not find a counter Stadium, but I do have some energy, which is good. So we'll keep that. And I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Melanie and the Arceus to go get Goodra VSTAR. And honestly, I could just retreat into Goodra VSTAR and just start using Rolling Iron, which seems fine. We can deny prizes this way, since this Giratina cannot one-hit KO the Goodra now that it has used Rolling Iron. I could potentially heal some next turn. They've got a Raihan, so maybe they're just gearing up to Lost Impact a whole bunch, which is fine with me. They haven't taken any prizes yet, so we're chilling. I would like to get a counter stadium and find my Radiant Gardevoir. They're doing 280 damage, so they're doing 200. If I heal 120, 150, that's 50. So then I could prevent a 2-hit KO if I'm able to find a Hyper Potion and a Crystal Cave. Wait, you're telling me this blue thing is Colress's hair? Holy smokes, bro. What? That's not like a headband or something? That's crazy. Man, that's news to me, brother. All right, I'm going to thin the deck, Evolution Incense, and then use Colress's Experiment to see what we can draw into. We do find the Hyper Potion and the Crystal Cave, which is sick, and a Goodra. That's cool. I will take those things. And then we're going to put Crystal Cave into play. We're going to do that. And then we're going to do this. And we're going to go Hyper Potion to the Goodra VSTAR. And look at us go. With a Rolling Iron this turn, I am making it so that they can only do 200 damage. Even with the Choice Belts, they will be 10 damage short of taking this knockout on my hefty Goodra VSTAR. That's right. Ain't got nothing on Goodra, bro. It's pretty sick. That was a huge turn, hitting the Crystal Cave with the Hyper Potion. Definitely. They've got Research and an Arceus down as they realize this Giratina is going to be going down for sure. And my Goodra will get to Rolling Iron one more time. But I do need to build up another attacker because this Goodra will, still, 10 damage short if they put that onto the Giratina. That's pretty crazy. This Goodra is going to take a whole bunch of prizes, but I am going to need a Pokemon to finish the game off. So I'm going to start powering up this Arceus VSTAR again so that it can go toe-to-toe with this final Arceus VSTAR on my opponent's side of the board. I got Ordinary Rod. Toss an Arceus back into the deck. And a couple of energy, sure. And then they will have a Lost Impact for just short of knockout, which is crazy. I really, minus 80 damage is so nuts. Oh, not 10 short of knockout. If they put the Choice Belt, it would have been 10 short, but 40 short of the knockouts. And we've got Marnie. So I feel like Avery first, then Marnie next turn, just to guarantee myself a good amount of draw. I also have all of these energies in my hand, so I want to put them onto the bottom of the deck next turn. I'll attach a water energy to this Arceus, and we'll Rolling Iron for the knockouts. Take our 2 prizes. All I have to do is finish off this Arceus, and the game is over. I've got a really strong board state, just 1 energy on this Arceus, and I'll be able to start the 2-hit KO on this Arceus VSTAR to finish the game. If my opponent builds up a second Giratina VSTAR right now, which is probably what they're trying to do. They haven't even used their VSTAR power yet. So they could use their VSTAR power to maybe go grab a Roxanne, but they're just going to Marnie, which is fine. I was going to Marnie next turn anyway, so that's cool. And then we've got a boss and a Marnie ourselves. I do need an energy, though. And if I do not find an energy, I will be in a bad spot. We did just have 3 energy, I think, Marnie to the bottom of the deck. So I probably want to play this quick ball to reorganize my deck, and then Marnie to try and draw into an energy so that I can have a higher chance of being able to pull off the Trinity Nova this turn. The path doesn't make a lot of difference. That's fine. The boss's orders will be important for me to be able to finish off the game, assuming that this Arceus VSTAR gets retreated to the bench. I do want to quick ball for my Radiant Gardevoir and then maybe find a counter stadium if I can. Well, there's Radiant Gardevoir. We'll quick ball away the Roxanne. Get this, and then Marnie that to the bottom of my deck. We've got 5 energy left in the deck and a 23 card deck, so it is possible to miss the energy, but I'm really hoping that we don't. Whew! Sheesh! We also found a Big Charm, which is a good find, because even though I didn't find the counter stadium, I do have a little bit more HP now, so it's going to be slightly more difficult for Giratina VSTAR to come up and knock out my Arceus. It's also worth noting that V-Guard energy, which comes out in Silver Tempest, is going to make this deck even more difficult to play against, potentially. V-Guard energy, I think, is really going to mix things up. I mean, it makes it so that Giratina VSTAR doesn't only have to contend with Radiant Gardevoir to hit that 280. It also is going to have to contend with V-Guard energy, which decreases the damage done to the Pokemon it's attached to by 30 from Pokemon V. So that's going to be a really impactful card. And I'm really curious to see how that goes. The problem with Fan of Waves is that it doesn't really solve the problem. It kind of just, especially since Fan of Waves is just not very good against Lugia VSTAR itself, right? My opponent's only got 4 cards left in the deck. Holy smokes. It's not very good against Lugia, because with Lugia, you can just re-accelerate that energy the following turn. Now, my opponent's only got 2 prizes left, so they absolutely... I mean, I have game in hand. Yeah, so we can just boss this up. We've got the boss right here. We're chilling. We'll see if they've got the vacuum to remove this Big Charm, but I'm guessing that they don't, and they do not. So that is gonna be GG's with this boss's orders in my hand. 3 times we were able to deny Giratina VSTAR the 1-hit KO. Wow. I mean, what an impressive showing from this Arceus Goodra deck. Yeah, that was... Yeah, I'm not the biggest Arceus Tina fan, but still, yeah, that was crazy. Would I like to go first? Duh. Okay. Going first. This is not a great opening hand for me, but we do have the bare minimum, a Water Energy, and an Arceus. We've also got Goodra and Radiant Gardevoir. I'm not sure that benching those is a great idea right now. I think I'm probably fine just waiting. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want either of those Pokemon to get dragged into the active spots. Mew VMAX decks typically can't attack on the first turn going second anymore. So I should probably, holy smokes, well, you know, someone's got double battle VIP pass, man. Yep. Gosh, Mew is so good. I love Mew, man. It's such a powerful deck. Feels bad to not have any cards in my hand that do anything while I watch my opponent fusion strike system to 6 over and over again. You know, it's like I had to attach that Water Energy, right? Yeah, we're just going to scoop this up. You have to attach that. But then you know you're decreasing your odds of... Do you have to attach that? I guess you don't have to attach it. You could hold it. Because you're saying if I top deck... no, because if you top deck like a Marnie or something, yeah. Or an Avery, right? The odds of you top decking a Marnie or an Avery or a Culver's Experiment are higher than your odds of top decking Melanie. So it's correct to attach. Looks like I'm playing against Lost Box with Arceus Goodra, and this is a really strong matchup. It's one of the reasons that Arceus Goodra VSTAR is popular in the first place, because it fares quite well against Lost Box variants. But my opponent's got a Water Deck box, so maybe it's not just Lost Box, but we'll see. They're kicking things off with the Culver's Experiment, and I'm still messed up learning that this blue swoosh is part of Culver's hair. I always thought it was some sort of elaborate headpiece or headband, but that's like, how do you put enough gel in your hair to make it do that? You know, it's just, I feel like you'd need Gorilla Glue. There's no way. There's just absolutely no way. My opponent has the Radiant Charizard stuck in the active, unfortunately. And we are huge chillin' with an Arceus VSTAR. We can Starbirth. Probably want to Starbirth. I could wait a turn. Let's Trinity Nova. I don't even need to Starbirth yet. I've got everything I need in my hand. I would like to not Starbirth. So that would be dope. Find Roxanne off the prizes. because if I could save my VSTAR power for a Goodra VSTAR's Moisture Star, I mean, that'd be fantastic. And I gotta say, I'm not like terribly intimidated by my opponent's start, so. What's up, Dallas? The sub in the 15 months. Appreciate you, Dallas. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing well, man. And I've got Ultra Ball and Switch in my hand, so I'm pretty much good to start doing whatever. Oh, wow. This is like a... okay. It's like a Lost Box deck with Cramorant's Choice Belts and Articunos. That's pretty neat. And apparently also Sableye. So they're doing 150 damage, which is pretty significant, honestly. Let's Ultra Ball away Gardevoir and Arceus. And we're just going to go get the Goodra. We're going to go get the Goo. And then switch. And it's time to start using Rolling Iron. And this is why we saved our VSTAR power. Because now I can take a hit with Goodra VSTAR if they can even produce a hit, which is crazy. Because I'm taking minus 80 damage. So this single Hisuian Goodra VSTAR will probably be able to take out like this entire Lost Box deck, which is nuts. I mean, it's why this deck won a regional championship, because this card is just so difficult to take out. The Lost Box deck is very good at kind of chipping damage around and mathing the opponent out, but the Goodra VSTAR deck just kind of out-maths it. Now, we do have to look out for escape ropes. Escape rope boss's orders can switch the Goodra to the bench, and when a Pokemon moves to the bench, all effects on that Pokemon are removed. So the defensive effect of Rolling Iron would be negated if it moved to the bench and then got brought back out into the active spot. So combos like escape rope boss's orders, if my opponent has an escape rope here, that's kind of cool, right? You boss, escape rope, and then you're able to hit for the full amounts. But they are just going to take a knockout on the Arceus, which is fine. And frankly, I just don't need to play any more Pokemon. I'll just probably keep this Goodra up here, and we're big chillin'. Because if I don't bench another Pokemon, then they can't escape rope. So that's good. They can't escape rope my Goodra to the bench. They can escape rope, but just they won't be able to. And top decking that Crystal Cave, that's a big deal. Because one of their answers might be to play Path to the Peak to stop me from using Moisture Star. But now that I have Crystal Cave in my hands, I can counter Path to the Peak to use Moisture Star. So we're just going to let this Goodra sit here and just win the game by itself, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Goodra is just going to do all the work. And there's pretty much nothing that my opponent's deck can do to deal with it. And you know what's crazy is that I have not played a draw supporter this game, and I'm still gonna win. That's how low maintenance this deck is, dude. You don't even really need anything, hardly, to win games with this deck. Bro, there's not a single draw supporter played. No Avery, no Marnie, no Culver's Experiment, no Boss's Order, no supporters played. Not a single supporter has been played on my end. And it doesn't matter. I haven't even used my VSTAR power. I didn't use Starbirth. I didn't do any of it. All I did was Trinity Nova, and then here's the path, right? But this thing's only doing like how much damage? 40 damage? Oh man. We finally find a Marnie. I think we just play the Crystal Cave Marnie. Heal with that. Yeah. That's fine. We'll do that. And Marnie. They're trying to set me up so that they can win with the Radiant Charizard, which makes sense. But I don't think that they're going to be able to do that. I'll attach the double turbo energy, and then we're going to Rolling Iron for the knockouts. We've got Hyper Potion. The reason I counter the path is because I just wanted to heal with Crystal Cave. Put me back up to 260 hit points. If they try to hit me with the Charizard, I'll just Moisture Star. I only got 2 prizes left. So all I have to do is attack 2 more times and I win. We just got the Hyper Potion off of the prizes. So I can discard double turbo energy, heal 120 damage, Crystal Cave. I can heal 150 damage next turn, and I'm taking 80 less damage from attacks. So you could see how my opponent is just spinning their wheels. There's like nothing that they can do. They can't attack with Charizard if they put the path down. So they have to just path, try to stop me from using Moisture Star, right? And spit innocently for 50 damage. This is their best bet. But now I'm just going to Hyper Potion and keep the path out, which is like devastating for them because I'm not even going to counter the path. They can't even attack with Charizard. So it's GG's. Yes. Good game. Good game. Goodra VSTAR Solo Dolo. I didn't even have to use my VSTAR power that game. That's how ridiculous that matchup is. Well, thankfully, the Goodra VSTAR video seems like it's going to be pretty easy to make, which is cool. Because then I don't have to, no sweat, bro. Didn't have to break a sweat for it. Love it. We're going second. My opponent's got a mulligan. Okay. What do we got going on over here? Yeah, Goodra is not the most exciting gameplay. I'm going to be honest. Looks like I'm up against Turbo Dialga VSTAR. We'll see how this matchup goes. I've got turn 1 double turbo energy and a Marnie. So I can draw some cards, maybe get a turn 1 Trinity charge. The Dialga VSTAR attack is really good against my deck since it can break the Goodra VSTAR Rolling Iron defense mechanism, you know? So that's not great. I do have Ultra Ball off the top. Don't necessarily want to discard any of these cards. So let's just go here. That seems fine. And then I don't know that I want to Marnie yet. I mean, I've got a very good hand for next turn. Let's just Trinity Charge onto the Goodra, and then next turn I've got Arceus, Goodra VSTAR, Marnie. And they didn't necessarily do a whole lot. Thank you, Plus, for that Prime sub in the 2 months. They apparently got a bunch of supporters in their hand, though, because they discarded a Marnie and an Avery. So they're probably not hurting for a supporter, but they were not able to get any metal energy into the discard pile yet. And they only have one Mew from Celebrations in the active. Here's an energy search, though, so they finally will be able to search out those metal energies to start to get them powered up onto the Dialga. And Birdkeeper, so that they can Mysterious Tail a couple of times and continue digging out items. They have played 3 trekking shoes now. That is almost a whole play set of shoes. And there's the Dialga VSTAR. Still no energy on it, though. Cross Switcher getting discarded. They probably want to be discarding more energy, but presumably they'll be able to do that with Radiant Greninja. So there's 2 metal energy in the discard pile. And here's another energy search. There we go. Metal energy, Saucer. That's 2 energy on Dialga. Still a long ways away from the 5 that they need in order to Star Chronos. I feel like in this situation, we just gust up the Dialga and hit it. Yeah, that seems fine. We can get just boss and energy. And then power up this other one. And then by doing that, we soften up the Dialga. And then it's just a, finish it off situation. Which seems super good. So we'll bench this. We'll boss up the Dialga. And then Trinity Nova. I need to have 3 Pokemon in play, definitely. Because my opponent can just, they can knock out back-to-back Pokemon. So long as I have a 3rd, I should be okay. And with 2 Goodras built up, I'm feeling pretty confident, especially now that I have some damage on this Dialga. I know that the Dialga has an air balloon on it, but that's fine. Because the important part is just getting damage on it so that it's ready to be finished off by the time it attacks, right? So now it's just 1 attack away from getting knocked out. My opponent's like, okay, I probably need to find a second Dialga or a Zacian or start getting something else built up in the meantime, since this attacker very clearly will not be able to sweep the rest of the game since it's so heavily damaged. I got trekking shoes. Okay. That's all 4 shoes in the discard pile. 1 metal energy. I mean, they're going to be in a terrible spot if they Star Chronos this Arceus, but they don't even have... They're looking like it. They are going to have to build up a second Dialga V-Star and maybe just go for a Metal Blast on this first one, which I do not care about. That's fine. 120 damage. We know exactly how to heal 120 damage. Do you feel like it's probably Marnie time? I don't really care about that damage there. That's fine. And now we've got Radiant Gardevoir. This does, yeah, that'd be a knockout. We're going to Ultra Ball away these. Go get the second Goodra VSTAR. And now look at us. We're big chillin'. Retreats? No. Very good. And then Rolling Iron for the knockouts. Goodra is taking minus 100 damage from Pokemon V this next turn, which is going to make it so that if my opponent wants to knock it out, they'll have to Star Chronos. They would have to Star Chronos for 120 and then finish me off with Metal Blast, which is fine, because if they waste all of that on taking out one Goodra, I mean, I guess the best play for them would be to double cross switch or Star Chronos the Arceus. Right? So they might do that, and then they could knock out one Goodra, but the thing is that they won't be able to take out the second. I don't think so. Apparently today is National Cook for Your Pets Day. What are we going to cook for our cat, Gooby? Meow Mix. Yeah. We can give Gooby the good old Meow Mix, for sure. I'll promote Radiant Gardevoir. And then that means that in order to take a knockout on one of my Goodras, they'll have to boss it up. Just kidding. I love Gooby, even though Gooby is extremely scared of me anytime I walk anywhere near her general presence. Natalie, we can cook Gooby whatever you want, for sure. We'll make her a nice home-cooked meal. Yo, that's crazy you can Raihan back-to-back turns. I don't like that. They just have to Metal Blast the Gardevoir, though, which is fine. Yeah, because Raihan says, during your opponent's last turn, and I guess technically, even though I didn't get to play, it's still during my last turn, huh? It's Melanie. And then quick ball away Arceus. Okay. And we'll Rolling Iron. Still got 4 prizes left to take. So still got work cut out for me. But my opponent's got 3 prizes left to take, and they've used their VSTAR attack. So now they need to knock out both of my Goodras, which is fine with me. That's going to be very difficult for them to do. If they have boss's orders, they can knock out this Goodra with this Dialga. But that's fine, because I've still got this Goodra, which is going to be able to knock out this Dialga. And then all I need is boss's orders, and this game is over. So they should not be able to finish off this Goodra. Even though they have just one prize remaining, that should not be possible for them. I am going to Marnie them just to disrupt their hand a little bit. It also digs 5 cards deeper for me. And I'll Training Court. Attach an energy. Put out Crystal Cave. And Rolling Iron for the knockout. We should be okay. That Metal Energy is going to move back to Luminion, which doesn't really matter. And we just need to find Boss's Orders to win the game. I've got plenty of energy on my Goodra, though, so I should be able to heal with Hyper Potions also. There are 2 Boss's Orders in my discard pile. Wow, this thing is getting actually kind of loaded. And now I'm getting Marnied. Oh, boy. Okay. I need boss. Ain't no bosses there. That's fine. I got Roxanne. They got a stadium counter. All right. We got ourselves a little bit of a game. They're doing quite a bit of damage to this Goodra, and I need to heal. Boss? No. So let's... Is my big charm still around? It is. Let's attach this. Quick ball away this. 4 Hyper Potion in my deck. My boss is not here. Okay. So that's fine. They're going to scoop. All right, cool. Dang it, bro. What the heck, man? I wanted to do the thing. For the content. Why must the content always suffer? The content. Nobody's ever thinking about the content. What the heck, man? Their boss probably walked in. Looks like I'm playing against Mew VMAX. Unfortunately, I don't have an energy in my opening hand. And they are playing the Meloetta build, which is sketchy for me. Because if they knock out my Arceus turn 1, I'm going to be having a bad time. However, they flip tails on Cramomatic, and they are probably just going to lose now. Yup. I'll imagine if that was a heads, they go get Battle VIP Pass. They've got 3 Genesects out instead of just 1. You know. Ow, they still got Rotom Phone. Okay, all right, they might. Yep. They're chilling. Rotom Phone. Battle VIP Pass. Okay, now I'm scared. Okay. Yep. I'm afraid. Yup. Oh, man. Nothing like good old-fashioned Mew VMAX. Tails. And now I lose. They just get at least a Sparkle. Oh, okay. Yeah. Woo! That really escalated quickly. Man. Old Mew VMAX. Yeah, nobody wants to play against that. Who misses that? Turn 1, 220 damage. I thought for sure when they missed it that they were done. I was like, oh, you missed that Crymomatic? Out of here. Nope. Maybe they had 3 Fusion Energy prized. I think I'm cool. Oh, I'm waiting around to find out. Yep, that's not good. All right, we got a stinky opening hand again, which seems to happen quite a bit with this deck, but is fine. Man, I don't really want to play against no Weezing deck, man. If I'm being honest. One more. Having a stinky opening hand and playing against a Weezing deck, I'm cool, man. Meloetta Mew might make a comeback. I could see it. Right, with Lugia being so strong. Well, and you got the new tool card, which can just go search you out whatever you want, which is pretty good, you know. All right. I think I'm about done playing Goodra, guys. I'm cool. I've seen enough. This deck is a potato. Ah, man. Yeah, I'll take my mulligan. Looks like I'm playing against the Reggies, and I've got a pretty poor opening hand, honestly. Yeah, this hand is not very good. No. Not at all. Yeah, the only thing that could save this hand would be like Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, maybe a Arceus V. One of those cards. If I can get Arceus V into play, then we're chilling, because next turn I'll just use Starbirth. But without any of that, I'm not doing much. Melanie can't draw us any cards. We're kind of just sitting here. And that top deck did not help. So I'm going to go Metal Energy onto Goodra and Evolution Incense to try thinning my deck. And we will pass. Next turn, they might be able to launch an attack, which would be sketchy. I'd have to get some energy into the discard pile first, though. And maybe research can help them to do that. No. So that's fine. They're probably going to find their 6th Reggie. But the question's going to be, can they get the energy that they need into the discard pile in order to attack with Giant Fangs? I have to quick ball a non-energy card away, which is very good for me. So it seems like they might be having a tough time finding the shit, and they have to quick ball away a Regirock. Wow. So this hand is probably super jammed. Yeah, and then they have Rod to put those back in, and they are down 2 Rods already. I'm very confident in this matchup if I can draw any amount of cards. Like, anything. I need them to just, like, the Aurora energies need to just be, like, eluding them, and it looks like that they are. We top deck a Marnie, so now we're chilling. Okay. I think we want to go... Yeah. That's fine. We'll go there and Marnie. And then really, I should kind of just be able to tank and heal for a while. We're going to... Gosh, this... Whoo! This deck is really testing my patience. All right, we're going to Ultra Ball away these cards. And go get an Arceus V. And then pass. And I really, really have to hope that my opponent does not play down a Path to the Peak this next turn. Because the only consistency card that I have set up right now is going to be my Arceus VSTAR. So I can Ultra Ball away Crystal Cave and whatever my top deck is to go get Arceus VSTAR. Yeah, now they've got their energy in the discard. I Marnied them right into it. It's fine. I had to play the Marnie. I couldn't not play it. Of course they have the path. Of course. So now I'm really in a bad spot with that Path to the Peak down because I can't play this Ultra Ball because I have to keep the Crystal Cave. So that's pretty bad. Escape Rope. I'm okay with that, frankly. I just don't want them to touch my Goodra. It looks like they're going to be schmacking with Terra Spark. Yeah. That's fine. I'm chilling. We'll pass. This is not good. Nah, this is quite bad. There's another one. That's fine. It's fine, man. It's cool, bro. It's cool. I ain't even mad about it. We're doing just fine. There they go, Terra Spark. I've got the top deck I need right here. Yes, sir. We're going to pass next turn. All right, they can't knock me out. They can't do 220 damage. So I just need to top deck. They ain't gonna Marnie me. No. No water energy in the discard pile. Can't Melanie. It's not doing anything. That's okay. They got more energy in the discard pile themselves. Doesn't this thing like ruin my day? Yes. Yes, it does. All right. There they go with another Terra Spark. Okay. Well, I gotta do this. And then got a Moisture Star. And we'll pass. Yeah, this is just terrible. I don't think that there's a win condition. This is, I know I said how low maintenance this deck is, but not that low. It ain't that low, bro. I'm gonna need a little more than this. Yeah, it's just, sheesh. I think it's possible for me to come back. Maybe. No, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Well, now it certainly is not. All right. Yeah, I'll scoop that up. Yeah, definitely not. All right. Goodra. Goodra give and Goodra take. All right, guys, hang tight. I'll be right back after this. Thank you for being here. Make sure to check out the Silver Tempest pre-orders at fullgripgames.com while I'm away. We'll be right back after this. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tricky Jim. All right, we're back. Cool. All right, I do feel like I probably have enough content for a Goodra video between yesterday and today. It's fine. We got enough showing it off. Kind of have the idea. It's not my favorite deck to play, but it's cool. And we got the general idea is there. You tank hits, you heal. It kind of plays exactly like Arceus Duraludon. Like, exactly like that, actually. So, very similar vibes. You play Crystal Cave. You get a big guy. Difficult to knock out. Your deck draws like a potato 99% of the time. Because it's a potato. Yep. Looks like I'm playing against Mew VMAX, and my opening hand is pretty bad. Well, it's good, except for the fact that it's bad, right? I mean, we've got double turbo energy, and there's a path here. It's pretty good. But there are no ways to search out other basic Pokemon, and I do not have a draw supporter that can actually draw me cards, as Roxanne only works if my opponent has 3 or less prize cards remaining, and Melanie only works if I have a water energy card in the discard pile, and no amount of top decks can allow me to play either of those 2 supporter cards. So the only thing that can save me is if I top deck an Avery, or if I top deck a Marnie. Yes, really, either of those things. Because even just top decking another basic Pokemon as a backup will not be enough to save me in this matchup right now. Because my opponent most certainly is going to be knocking out my Arceus on turn 2. We top decked a Marnie though, so let's go. I feel like they just stacked to their deck. So I may not want to slam this. Yeah, well, we'll play the path. That's fine. And then Marnie. Try and slow them down in any way we can. We actually Marnie ourselves into a beautiful 5 cards. Sure. Yeah, we'll take it. On Trinity Charge. Now we're chilling. That was a very sketchy opening hand, but my opponent does have 2 power tablets down, and now we can certainly win. I mean, really, all we needed to do is find that Marnie. And we're chilling. Now, unfortunately, they do just have the counter stadium, which is fine because I'm probably not going to be relying on path too much at the end of the game. Because I'm going to be relying on tanking with Radiant Gardevoir instead. They do have boss's orders to bring up my Goodra V, and they can just knock it out, which is annoying, but it's fine. I have Culver's Experiment, so we're going to try again. Go get another Goodra. Hopefully I can get my Radiant Gardevoir into play. That'd be great. They're going to take an easy knockout on this Goodra, which is fine. And I've got Evolution Incense to go get Arceus, and I can use Arceus's VSTAR power to go search out whatever I want from the deck. So we're going to see if I can mount a comeback. Going second against Mew is always tough because they could just do what they're doing right now. You know, target down, the Pokemon that you're trying to set up and just knock it out instantly. We've got Arceus, a couple of Colress's experiments. Let's Evolution Incense for the Arceus VSTAR, and then Colress's experiment to see what we find. Okay. We definitely want this one Arceus VSTAR, and then we would like a Goodra. We will not be able to play the second Ultra Ball, that's for sure. We've already got one in our hand. I can keep the Crystal Cave, probably. I don't feel like I want to set up Arceus. I feel like it's got to be Goodra, so we don't even want to grab that. Sure. That's fine. I'm going to kick myself if my other Goodra V is prized. If so, then we were probably losing this game anyway, so that's fine. Let's go Starbirth. And now we've got these guys, which is cool. So we can go grab both of those. And then we've got a Colress's experiment in hand for next turn. Avery would also be quite good, but I'm not sure that I want to. I think I do want to get out. Yeah, I've got the Radiant Gardevoir. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's cool. All right, we're chilling. I would like to Avery, but just not quite Avery time yet. So we'll slap these down. Do that. I don't even want to play the Crystal Cave down. It's not really necessary yet. And let's just Trinity Nova. Do 160 damage. And accelerate those energy onto the goo. So yeah, we'll give this another attempt. They could still knock it out. They can gust up my Goodra. And they could just KO it. But it is going to require a little bit more effort because of the Radiant Gardevoir. So they would need a power tablet with the choice belts in order to take that KO. Or 2 power tablets without a choice belts, which is an annoying amount of damage to have to deal for a Pokemon V. With 2 double turbo energies on my Arceus VSTAR, it's in a good place to be healed by Hyper Potion, which I like. If they do gust up and knock out my Goodra, then Arceus can potentially just finish off a Mew and then heal itself until we win. My opponent probably plays Echoing Horn, though. Something we got to look out for. They Marnie me and play 1 power tablet, but even if my opponent finds both their remaining power tablets, they are not going to be able to knock out this Arceus VSTAR because of the Radiant Gardevoir. So that's really good for me. Radiant Gardevoir's Loving Veil ability is really tough for Mew VMAX to play around, and I think that things are going to get even more difficult for Mew VMAX when V-Guard energy comes out in Silver Tempest, because V-Guard energy, like Radiant Gardevoir, messes up all of Mew VMAX's math. All right, a couple of Chromatic Tails, and they're drawing more cards. They've got Tool Jammer on this backup Mew VMAX, and they're just going to have to settle for a non-one-hit KO, which is cool with me. That's fine. Find a Hyper Potion, love it, so I can Melanie to the Arceus, and we don't find. Yeah, let's just Hyper Potion here. Heal that. I don't find my Goodra VSTAR yet, but that's okay. Let's quick ball away the Marnie. Go get this to thin the deck. I think we want to attach this energy to Arceus. And then Trinity Nova. Because the worst thing that can happen to me is my Goodra can get gusted and knocked out. But I don't have any basic energy left in my deck. So if my Goodra gets gusted and knocked out, they would need to find their last power tablet in order to do that. And they've got these two Mews, which are both heavily damaged, right? They would need Choice Belt with the last power tablet to knock out this bench Goodra. To the active, and they might have double cross switcher in this hand, and they would double cross switcher up to Goodra, maybe swing into it. But resources are certainly running low. Oh, they're just going to switch cart and probably swing. They're doing 220 damage. So they're doing 200 damage exactly with the Choice Belted Mew. Right. And I absolutely just have to find my Goodra. But the problem with this situation is if they save their... Well... See, the thing is that they have Tool Jammer here and not Choice Belt. So if I knock out this Choice Belted Mew with my Goodra, then my opponent cannot feasibly Echoing Horn knock out a Pokemon V because Radiant Gardevoir is going to stop them. I know this all too well because I played Mew at 2 regionals. So I know exactly how this matchup goes. You need to count all of your power tablets so carefully. You can't just waste them. And in order to pull off the knockout, they're probably going to have to Silene, if they play Silene, in order to get another power tablet back. Because this is not a Choice Belt. If that was a Choice Belt, then maybe. But it's not. So here... I absolutely have to find a Goodra. So let's Marnie. And we do not find one. Which is sick. Because this deck is a potato. Okay. Because this deck is literally garbage, bro. Alright, it's fine. Why is this deck so bad? I don't think that they can actually knock out this Goodra. I know. It's so bad, bro. I know. The deck is so bad, bro. I know, man. There's no consistency Pokemon. There's no Bibarel. There's no Crobat. They're just going to silent... There they go. That's GG's. There you go. Boom, baby. They did it. Now, Mew. That's a broken deck right there. Hey, thank you, Timothy, for that Prime sub in the 6 months. Listen, I'm letting you take the knockout. Just go do it. Please, quickly. Put me out of my misery. Please, end me. Do it. What's wild is that they had to hit both heads on that Silene, too. But there was still no winning for me there. All right, anybody trying to play some Gym Leader Challenge? I'm kind of over the Goodra deck. I feel like I've had my fill. Nice, Trevor. Cool. Robbie. Cool. Sick. I felt like I needed one more energy here. Already got Ball Guy Gloria. Regieleki, Tap Coco. I like the idea of Fury Belts. That's cool. Make your guy really big. Scoop Up Net was okay. That card's not totally necessary. But it's also just a good card. See, I took out Cynthia and Caitlyn. That's fine. I kind of want Hex Maniac too. You ever just want too many cards? Trainer's Mail's got to be better than Trekking Shoes. All I did was add in an extra lightning energy. That's fine. All right, Trevor, let's go. What you got for me, Trevor? You can't play Prism Star Lightning Stadiums because in Gym Leader Challenge format, no rule box cards are allowed. All right, what kind of water deck we rocking with here? This got to be Kyogre. Excellent. Would I like to go first? No. Sweet. I love getting reps in against Kyogre. I feel like I need to learn. Beautiful. We've got a really strong opening hand. Thanks to Ball Guy. Ball Guy's a good card. Nope, not Kyogre. What? Wait. Oh, it is Kyogre. I was like, lightning energy. Oh, it's Kyogre for sure. All right. Take our mulligan. Playing against Trevor's Kyogre deck. He's got Alolan Vulpix to start and acknowledges that I am the winner because he's got nothing else. So we can retreat and Thunderous Assault for game. Let's run that one back, Trevor. Yeah. GG's. Would you like to go first or second? Let's do a best of 3. I'm trying to learn. Yeah, you got it, Cheese Whiz, for sure. Now, obviously, you had Gloria. Yeah. That's one of the benefits of playing the Lightning deck. You got one of the fastest attackers in the West. Okay. Got a nice looking opening hand. Definitely don't mind this. All right, I'm going first against Trevor. I've got Shinx and Tapu Koko, and I'll pass it on over to him. He's got Alolan Vulpix as his lead and can use Beacon to search his deck for 2 Pokemon and put them into his hand. He's going to do a quick deck search with Nest Ball and see what Pokemon he's got prized. The Amazing Kyogre deck is certainly a tough deck to compete against, one of the strongest decks in Gym Leader Challenge format, as its goal is to just get Amazing Kyogre up and running and use Amazing Surge a couple of times. And it can use Milotic, who evolves from Phoebus, to accomplish that. Turn 1 Ball Guy, also very good. With Hisuian Heavy Ball, Trevor could also get a basic Pokemon that is prized. Hisuian Heavy Ball is one of the cards that has been significant in making this Kyogre deck more consistent over the course of the last year. It used to be if you prized a piece of your kind of Wombo combo, then you'd have a hard time searching it all out. But now that is not as much of an issue, since you can go search out a Pokemon from your prizes with Hisuian Heavy Ball. Thank you, McCurry DeGuey. McCurry DeGuey, for that Prime sub in the 26 months. Appreciate you, McCurry. Thank you. Here's Sobble. The Inteleon line's also a huge enabler for this deck because Shady Dealings can get you whatever trainer cards you want from your deck and put them into your hand. Great for finding Battle Compressor and other stuff like that. Escape Rope's going to be important for me because it's going to allow me to push around this Articuno to potentially gust up whatever I want, so that's good. And we find a Lightning Energy. So let's go Energy on the Shinx, Electro Power, and N. I do need to find Luxio. Yeah, there it is. Cool. I was going to say, if I don't find Luxio, it's not going to be great, but there's Luxio. So we're chilling. And then we've got Raihan, Colress, and Ball Guy. Ball Guy feels kind of weak. Yeah. So I'm thinking that we quick ball away Ball Guy and take a look at our deck. And now I'm wishing that I had not done that. But that's okay. We'll get to Mareep. The Flaffinator's in the deck. That's cool. Yeah, if I didn't know because I hadn't done a deck search yet, but the my Blitzel is prized. It's one of the strongest consistency cards in the deck. So we'll disconnect for knockouts on the Alolan Vulpix, and we find Parallel City, which is another very strong card against this Kyogre deck. Trevor will promote Articuno and is item locked right now, so cannot play any items from his hand. Item cards are important for consistency, as they will allow him to search out his various Pokemon, like Drizzile. So being locked out of those could be tough. However, as you can see, I have been Marnied, and now my Marnie hand is not very strong. I have got 2 recovery cards and 2 lightning energy. So both of us might be spinning our wheels a little bit. But I'm okay with this because it's a 2-hit KO on this Articuno, and Trevor is still item locked. At least I am not item locked. But Trevor is able to find the Drizzile, and the Drizzile could be huge because it's going to get Trevor a trainer card. But the Drizzile cannot search out any item cards, which makes this whole experience a lot more difficult because the item cards are what help to get the whole board state up and going. Right? You need Battle Compressor to get energy into the discard pile. You need Ball Search cards. Irida is a good choice because it can at least go get you the Kyogre or something, right? Like, the Irida can search out a Pokemon. That, right, exactly. And it's like, at least this way. Oh, what? 70 damage? That's crazy. Send the energy back to the Kyogre. All right, we find Luxray. It's fine. We'll attach to the Tapu Koko and disconnect for knockout. Still feels correct. There's no basic energy in Trevor's discard pile, so he can't Raihan right now. But he could knock out my Luxio with Rain Splash if he's got a water energy, which would be pretty funny. And he does have that energy. So now the item lock is going to be broken because of the Rain Splash. I'm going up with Tapu Koko, and I find Nest Ball, which is fine. We're going to attach a Lightning Energy. I've got so much nothing going on right now. I'm going to attach a Lightning Energy to Tapu Koko. And Electric Ball. Yeah, I am worried about... That Marnie really did me in, bro. I did not draw anything off of that Marnie. That's fine. Yeah, I'm worried about Raihan, Shady Dealings, right? Aqua Bullet for 120, knock out my guy. And there's not really anything that I could do to respond to that. Yeah. This is going to be bad news for sure. All right, Trevor, I think you've got this one. I've seen enough. I'll go second. If I'd been able to just establish a little bit more of a board state, that would have been fine, but that's... Marnie was just to a couple of energy and nothing else, so that felt quite bad. I dropped a whole bunch of cards while trying to shuffle this deck here just now. They're like all over the floor. That's fine. All right, we're going to go second. Okay. It's pretty cool opening hands. Trevor starting Phoebus and has Professor's Letter. Can go search out a couple of energy from his deck. I've got a very explosive hand myself. In fact, if I've got both Shinx and Luxio in the deck, I can get a turn 1 Luxio out. Brooklet Hill will allow Trevor to search out another basic Pokemon so that he doesn't get donked, which is quite good. I'm sure he would also like to retreat this Phoebus to the bench so that it does not get knocked out. I would have to find a switching card in order to get my Tapu... No, it's not Tapu Koko. In order to get my Zapdos out of the active. But there are a bunch of switch cards in this deck, and I have Juniper, which is like the strongest turn 1 draw card you can have. So this feels like a pretty good opening hand for me. I mean, I've got Speed, Lightning, Energy, and Juniper. That's the potential to see 9 new cards off the draw. And with Stormy Mountains, we can go get the basic Pokemon we want. Hisuian Heavy Ball. We can even get that basic Pokemon if it's prized. So this is a great opening hand. With Evolution Incense, we can go get the Luxio. Hopefully, it is not prized. Now, Trevor is probably... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's strong. Water Energy onto Articuno already. And, you know, a turn 2 Cold Cyclone can put those energies back to Kyogre, which is certainly very good. And let's see what we got. Hisuian Heavy Ball. Let's check the prizes. I can't believe that Luxio is there. This is garbage, dude. Why? Bro, why? Why? Why, bro? Okay. It's fine. It's just Juniper. Zip Strike is there. Level Ball. For Mareep. Trainer's Mail. Floatstone is fine. Huh. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go here and Fluffy Pillow. Pass. Dang it. My Luxio, bro. And we had the turn... I had the turn 1 item lock if Luxio was in the deck. Literally, I just needed Luxio to not be prized. I even had Hisuian Heavy Ball. Okay, we'll go there. Let's rescue Stretcher, shuffle all 3 back in. Stormy Mountains for this dude back. Floatstone on the Blitzel. Quick Ball away the Colress. Just try to set up as many Pokemon as possible. Cynthia. Okay. We've got Electro Power and... Wow, actually, I have the knockout. Okay. So... Field Blower that. Electro Power. Energy on Tapu Koko. Retreats. And Thunderous Assault. We'll take the KO. There's Timer Ball. We'll see if Trevor's got an explosive play this turn. He's got Alolan Vulpix. And Counter Energy, but is ahead on prizes. So it doesn't... Or we're tied on prizes. Oh! Oh, wait. Never mind. You can do that? For no energy? Holy smokes, this is bad. Field blower. All right, 0 card hand. Uh-oh. He did it. Oh, there was 1 energy. Okay, right. Oh, I think I lose now. Yeah. I think I lose. I don't think there's anything I could do. He's only got 2 prizes left. Yeah, GG's. All right. Again, Trevor. I think that Melodic is probably a problematic card. It is already banned from expanded format. I do think so. Just because of like the other tools that Water already has available to it. But it's tough to say if the problem is Melodic or if it's Kyogre. You know, it's a combination that has been good for a while, but it's gotten more and more consistent and more and more deadly as new cards have been you know, that have come out. All right, we're up against Trevor's Kyogre deck. He's got Hisuian Heavy Ball for Phoebus. Hisuian Heavy Ball, I think, really kind of unlocked the potential of this deck because it makes it so much more consistent. This deck doesn't have a lot of other game plans. Its major game plan is just to attack with Kyogre and use Melodic to attack with Kyogre. Yeah, that's the thing is it's tough to decide is Kyogre too strong or is it Melodic that's too strong. It's tough to say. We've got a strong opening hand ourselves though. We just have to hope that our Shinx and Luxio are both in the deck, and they are. So that's good. We'll get Shinx, attach energy to Shinx, and I am kind of hoping that we find Luxio off of this. And we do. This is a very powerful start for us. We can get Tynamo. We've got Mareep and Tynamo, Professor's Letter to go get 2 lightning energies. And we can Ultra Ball away 2 lightning energies to go get our Luxio so that we can go turn 1 disconnect, item lock for 60 damage since the Kyogre is weak to lightning. So that's pretty good for us. I'm actually kind of interested in just running the gauntlet against Kyogre right now to, if Trevor's down, to just kind of, you know, I'm sorry, I know I have a list, but I think it'd be interesting to see probably for chat too, to just get more experience kind of seeing what it's like with the Kyogre deck and playing various decks against it. Like lightning, Psychic is favorable, I'd say, against Kyogre, at least in my experience. Dark also has, has like a game plan with Galarian Wheezing. Water, I'd say, does okay. So, I mean, really, it's like, I think the major question, Kyogre's not unbeatable, right? It's not. It's not nearly as oppressive as something like Colorless Control was. I think the major question is, does Kyogre just kill the vibes? I think that's like the major. Does Kyogre kill the Gym Leader Challenge vibes? You know? Like, bro, holy smokes, Trevor got it turn 2 under item lock? Oh my god! Ah! Under item lock, brother? Holy smokes. At least I have N. All my Pokemon are dead. Ugh. Man, bro. I clicked the wrong one. Oh, well, we're losing this game anyway. I'm so tilted that I clicked the wrong thing. I can't believe that under item lock. It's kind of, it's tough to say. I think that Kyogre is kind of just a problematic card with like counter energy. You know, maybe I'm curious if there's any way for like Melodic to live healthily in the format without. There was a 5-card mulligan, that's true. And now we can just Raihan, take the knockout, and then it's game over, right? Oh, no, he can't Raihan. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. But even like, I think the question is 80 damage to everything on the board just too strong? I mean, counter energy certainly makes this all. I mean, look how easy this is, you know? Yeah, that is super nasty, bro. That is super nasty. All right, Trevor, I think you got this one. So I'd say that, let me try my... All right, to be fair, that lightning deck, I guess my thought was that maybe that lightning deck could just beat Kyogre with like a turn 1 item lock, but I think we just even kind of debunked that. Right? Because turn 1, I mean, it just is that resilient of a deck now. It used to be like very kind of, you were walking a thin line to try and beat it, but, or to try and set up, but now it just seems like it's very consistent. All right, let's try dark. It seems like there are ways to beat it, but that doesn't mean that it's not, that doesn't mean that it's healthy for the format. Because the format is a format, oh, you want it to be like relatively balanced. Yeah, melodic forcing the counter to work is like also pretty insane. Yeah, warping your deck to beat the best deck is normal metagaming. That's true. But I don't think that... One of the issues with it doesn't really give your opponent much room to play. Because it can just set up checkmates on turn 2. Yeah, and you also can't play around the counter energy if they... So, like, skillful play around the counter energy if they just melodic. It's like, you can't... They force the counter energy to work, too. It's tough. Yeah. We've been looking at Milotic Kyogre for a long time. A long, long time. For sure. It's something that we've... And that card has already been in expanded format because of its ability to power up cards that it was never intended to power up, right? You know, with Amazing Kyogre, it's like, yeah, it's an awfully strong combo. We'll see if our dark deck can do it. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Inteleon, I mean, look at all of the consistency cards that Water has available to it. Alolan Vulpix, Hisuian Basculin, Inteleon, Octillery. It's pretty nuts. Let's check our deck real quick. We've got Galarian Weezing in the deck, which is basically all we need to know, right? So we can go Bridget's for Coughing, Purloin, and Guzzlord. Escape Rope. Ascend into Weezing. And then this is the strat. Right, we can build some spite here. And here we go. So we ascend into Weezing. So this is like one of the best strategies against ability-focused decks like Water, is to go for the quick Weezing. But it's not a foolproof strategy because they can play Escape Rope, they can play Boss's Orders, and they can play Guzma to get around Galarian Weezing's neutralizing gas. So here, Trevor, if he has an Escape Rope, which he does have right there, then he can push the Weezing out of the active and then carry on using his abilities as normal. And the Kyogre deck knows about Galarian Weezing, which is why it plays cards like Escape Rope to push Weezing and Wobbuffet out of the active spots. So that's a very strong turn 2 from Trevor having that. And he'll be able to use Ball Guy to continue setting up his board. And then we'll be able to go get the rest of the Kyogre business. Up and rolling. I absolutely loathe banning cards in Gym Leader Challenge. I loathe it. It is not something that I look forward to doing and something that I really do not try to ever do. But I think for the longevity of the format, sometimes things need taken care of so that players continue to have fun and can continue to, find new ideas that work. And the melodic Kyogre combo is a combo that inhibits a lot of creativity and a lot of potential deck options because of how oppressive it is. We'll see how this goes, though. All right. I absolutely have to get the Galarian Weezing into the active again. We can see that Trevor's building up the Inteleon because he knows he has to deal with it. Right. As far as switch cards go, we've got just Dark City and Air Balloon and Floatstone. I would like to attach this Twin Energy to my Guzzlord, but I think that it's probably more important to keep the lock going. So let's Ultra Ball away these guys and go get Liepard. And I think I'm going to just not attach the energy and Marnie, so that then I can retreat a basic Darkness energy if I find one. We actually do find the Air Balloon, which is cool. And I've got Evolution Incense. Let's trade away the Tropical Beach. We find Dark City as well. So I can bench Zorua and actually just use the Dark City. Retreat into Galarian Weezing, and will Severe Poison the Alolan Vulpix. So it's about as strong of a turn 2 as I could have. And then, we've got a pretty stable board. I would have liked to have hit the energy attachment for my Guzzlord, but it's fine. The ability lock is very good right now, as again, it is keeping this Kyogre deck from being able to use any of these abilities. And there we go with Melodic and Inteleon. The Alolan Vulpix goes down, and I can pick a card off of my prizes. I think I want to end Trevor to disrupt. Now I do base 120 damage. Muscle Band will not matter as much as the Darkness Energy does, so that's fine. We'll put the Air Balloon onto Zorua. Darkness Energy. Let's trade away the Darkness Energy. That way I can use... Let's Evolution Incense. Go get Zoroark. And now we've got the stand-in retreat strategy going. And we can end. So let's end Trevor to just 6 cards. We find Dark Patch, but do not find another energy, which is annoying, but fine. Building Spites. And let's Severe Poison. We probably want to... allow a certain amount of prizes to be taken so that I can maybe B-string to the Guzzlord on the turn that it is a problem. We can see already, you know, how much of a difference Galarian Weezing makes by being able to turn off these abilities. All right, we got Surge, Irida. And Irida can go get Inteleon, and then I think with Irida again can find Muscle Band if there is one in the deck. And then the Galarian Weezing can get knocked out. We saw Surge, Irida, potentially Surge, Irida, if there is a Muscle Band in the deck. No, I don't think that there is a Muscle Band in the deck. That'd be in... I think it's just Cape and Fury Belts. So this Weezing is just getting in there. Or this Inteleon is just getting in there to pressure the Weezing, which it needs to do. Now, fortunately, because of... I was going to say because of Neutralizing Gas. Thankfully, with Neutralizing Gas, I can even gust around Articuno, which is nice, but I'm not going to need to do that. 20 damage on the Zoroark is definitely heads up, as it allows the Kyogre to knock out Zoroark, which is pretty good. Let's go trade and trade away a Quick Ball. Okay. That's cool. Dark Patch on the Guzzlord. Attach here. Lysander up. Phoebus. Severe Poison will knock out the Phoebus. A little bit concerned that I don't have enough firepower to knock out this Inteleon right now. I definitely need a supporter card, so just grab one that allows us to draw a lot of cards. All right, Floatstone onto the Auxiliary. I was a little bit afraid that maybe Trevor has Guzma this turn to take a double knockout on like Liepard and Weezing or something. Yeah, Guzma or Boss would certainly be pretty tough. Another energy onto the Kyogre, though. That Kyogre is extremely close to attacking now. And I'm going to get end to 4 cards. We find pretty good 4 cards there. So now I could take the knockout with Zoroark. But then I got to deal with the fact that Kyogre is just certainly coming up and going to deal way too much damage. I've got teammates, which is probably for the best. And then we know off of... Yeah, that Kyogre is taking 3 prizes next turn. Yep. Okay. It's fine. Huh. Teammates can get me the double turbo energy to take the knockout on Inteleon. And then... Three prizes will completely play around my B-string and leave it so the Guzzlord needs to find a lot of cards in order to take the knockout. So I think I kind of just need to Colress and just draw into some of it. So let's just do that. And we do find some of it. So what I need to do is trade away Weavile. And then double colorless on Zoroark. Galarian Moltres down. Building Spite. Level Ball. Get that out of the deck. And off of the prizes... Probably want to get Rosa. Don't want to play the Field Blower yet. Because then the Kyogre could just get a, a Fury Belt or something like that. Probably want Rosa. It's fine. So this is good now, but there are a lot of Pokemon on my bench for Kyogre to feast on. There's the counter energy. So this is like the play, right? Is like you go behind in prizes, and then you go counter energy Kyogre to do 80 to everything, and then the final play you go melodic Kyogre to do 80 to everything again. And then it's just GG's, right? And there's just nothing that can be done about it. So, and with like Octillery out, it's like there's no real stopping it. So, yeah, we're eating a lot there. Trevor's going to go down to 2 prizes remaining. But then it's like, okay, if our Aqua Patch, Raihan could do it. And since Sobble's out, like, Raihan, again, is just a very easy option, right? It's as easy as Raihan. That's it. All he needs to do is Raihan, and he can do it, right? Oh, Guzzlord turns off melodic. Oh, but then you could just ride. Oh, okay, yeah. So then we could do it that way. So then, yeah, we just can win because then he can't melodic. That's true. Okay, so we have to do it like that. That's true. All right, so we go Twin Energy, and then we go Raihan to the Moltres and go get Field Blower. And do that. And then Red Banquets for 2 prizes. Yeah, this is crazy, though. Super close. And now with 1 prize left, you can't... Yeah, I always forget that it gives up a prize. Yeah. Guzzlord's the only card I hate more than Kyogre. Nah, Guzzlord's cool, bro. Guzzlord's fine. Guzzlord's cool. At least Guzzlord... The problem with Kyogre and Melodic is that it destroys the board. Where Guzzlord just does 120 damage to a guy. Guzzlord is pretty sick. All right, Gust up the Moltres, Fury Belts. That's pretty crazy. Still has a shot, you know? Isn't that insane? Isn't it insane that Trevor still has a chance in this game? This is nuts, bro. It's nuts. This game should have been a shutout a long time ago, man. All right, Battle Compressor. That's fine. Field Blower. Sure. Sheesh. Wait, I think this game actually is... I think Trevor is literally still going to win. I think he is still going to win. Right? Because I can't knock out this Articuno. I think I lose. Still. I already played my Field Blower. All right, so what I have to do is... I needed Clara, but more than Clara. I cannot boss his orders because of Articuno's Blizzard Veil. And Trevor's going to have Inteleon again next turn to do whatever he wants. So, I think... See, I could Versus Seeker. What supporters do I have? Teammates... Marnie, and N doesn't do anything because of Octillery in the deck. Colress, Lysander. Right now I'm doing... I don't have Zigzagoon. I'm doing 140. We're 10 short. Oh my god. I need to play that stadium that allows you to do Plus 10 damage. If we were playing that, would be... I'm thinking we might Mountain Munch, bro. All right, what are the options for moving this thing? Guzma, probably, right? Rope is down. Versus Seeker's down. There's Versus Seeker and Guzma is down. What are the mobility cards that are available in this situation to Trevor? Oh, he can. No, he can't melodic. He can melodic. Can't melodic. The rope is already down. Rope is down. Scoop up. Counter energy is down. Scoop up net is down. I'm not sure that there is like a mobility card. I don't exactly know. I don't think Mountain Munch is it, though. Lysander cannot move the guy. Escape rope's already down. Huh. The Guzma's down. This thing's got 70 hit points left. Lysander is in the deck. Right? So it's not worth it to like retreat or do anything crazy like that. I'll Mountain Munch, bro. Teen Liza, no! It's Teen Liza. No! That was absolutely disgusting. I felt like that was absolutely disgusting. I know. I was trying to munch the Intellion. That's why I went for it. Because I was like, if I munch the Intellion, I think I just win. I'll choose to go second. Gosh, that's crazy. Thank you, Yoshi, for that gifted sub. We had everything going that game, everything we needed. Okay, we've got a really solid opening hand. Let's play level ball, see what we got. Galarian Weezing is in the deck, and we've got Air Balloon. So I am chilling. Actually, it doesn't even seem like it's not even optimal to go turn 1 Wheezing right now. It's better to just go Hoopa Knockout, I think. So we'll do that. And let's Ball Guy. It's fine. It should have been Gloria, probably. Oh, well. Nest Ball. We'll get Hoopa. Build some Spites. Quick Ball. Oh, wait. Gloria. Go get Guzzlord. And let's take the knockout on Manaphy. That's fine. Yes, Kyogre does run Swell to counter Lost City. And they run Silent Lab to counter Bench Barrier. The problem with Field Blower countering Chaotic Swell is that Water has more consistency cards. Water, because it has Octillery and Inteleon, Water is better at counterplay than your deck ever will be. You know what I mean? Like, Water can play the card at the right time that needs to be played. Whereas most decks cannot play the card that needs to be played at the right time. Like, say, I need to play Field Blower, then Chaotic Swell to knock out Kyogre. That's a big ask from a lot of decks. Now Trevor's got, even without Inteleon, just with Irida alone, able to go get a bunch of pieces here. There's Sobble, Phoebus down, and pass. Play Timer Ball. Okay. We can go get Wheezing, but unfortunately I do not have any Darkness Energy available to me right now. So we are just going to Guzma up the Phoebus and knock it out. I'm starting to get a little bit scared because Trevor's just got a Kyogre and a Sobble, but that's like enough. It's almost enough to make it all work. Oh, lordy. Surge, teammates. It's close. If there was one energy on this Kyogre, it could do it this turn. But it can't. I'm just not sure that Amazing Kyogre, like, I'm not sure that this card lives healthily in this format. Just this card alone. You know, with Counter Energy, Aqua Patch, Blastoise, all that. It's not great. I know Psychic has like a very easy handle on this deck, but Psychic is very, Very good. And I shouldn't say easy. I don't think it's anybody. I don't think any deck has like an easy time with Kyogre, but Psychic does beat Kyogre. You can even just use Mew to knock out the Phoebus. All right, it's Drizzile, Shady Dealings, sure. Well, yeah, I think that the thing about if you just rely on counter energy to power up Kyogre, then, and if you don't have Melodic, then you can't like force the prize to, the Melodic, you could force your opponent to take the prize lead or whatever. All right, I've got like a pretty terrible hand. I think I'm just losing now. Because I don't have anything. I literally don't have anything, bro. I can't even get into my wheezing. Because my boy is stuck. I'll bench that and do this and pass. Yeah. Give him a little wiggle there, Hoopa. I'm not sure that Melodic makes good things happen. I think for the most part, Melodic makes things happen that weren't supposed to happen. For the most part. That's kind of my thoughts. All right, we got Zorua. Shady Dealings. It's going to go get Cape of Toughness or whatever. The problem is that Melodic can, it alters a lot of things. It alters the counter energy. It allows you to set up Kyogre with minimal board state. Combined with Inteleon, it's just, but then the thing is it might just be like maybe Kyogre is just the problem. Maybe Kyogre can't exist healthily in the formats, right? I mean, Melodic was eventually banned from expanded formats because cards came out that it was never intended to interact with. And it was simply too strong to remain where it was. Yeah, and here I think I'm just explicitly losing now. Yeah, like you see how it's like literally checkmate. Like this card just checkmated me. No single card should be able to checkmate. You know what I mean? Like this card just checkmated me. One card. You know? So I'm curious if it's, and it happens all the time and incredibly consistently, you know? The Kyogre, it could have easily been Rare Candy Blastoise and then charge up Kyogre that way. And it's still like this card. I'd say that, I mean, last game I was like, had a healthy lead and still we could not get there. Yeah, so now we have lost, right? The 2 turns, that's it. All right, let me play Psychic against it. Okay. My boys. It's all looking good. Psychic is the one deck that I'm like pretty sure that doesn't have a problem with Kyogre. Well, see, Ahmed, you're getting into existential questions there. What's the point of a trading card game? What is balance? What is fun? How do you make sure the most amount of people are having fun? What's the point of Gym Leader Challenge formats? Yes, you're getting very existential. How do you decide on bans? Yeah. I know it's a genuine question, and I'm giving you genuine... These are the kinds of things that I think about all the time, right? Of course it's a genuine question. But what I'm trying to say is that it's a hard one to answer, isn't it? Yes, these kinds of things aren't easy. On one hand, if you're too overreaching, you inhibit creativity and you inhibit people's, expression through deck building, and then that can be bad. But then on the other hand, if you don't keep certain cards and combinations in check, then nobody's having fun because certain types are too oppressive and the format fails to thrive. So you know what I'm saying? As the keeper of the format, I have the responsibility to make sure that it continues to exist. And one of the ways that it is most likely to fail is if players stop playing it. And one of the reasons that players might stop playing it is if certain combinations are too broken. So it's my responsibility to make sure that players continue having the most amount of fun possible, right? Okay. You see? All right, so we've got Gloria to start setting up, which is good. We can Gloria for some dudes and get those dudes set up. Love it. Like Mistrius, like Wobbuffet, like Dreepy. Inkay's there, but Malamar's prized. That's fine. Let's retreat into Wobbuffet and pass. Well, that's what I'm saying. Kyogre is like, it's definitely a fun inhibitor because it sets up checkmate too fast. Exactly, Ahmed. That's kind of exactly what I'm getting at, right? It's exactly what I'm getting at. And in order for the format to continue to thrive, you have to make sure that people are having fun and not getting checkmated too quickly, right? It's the same reason why Melodic was banned in expanded format, because the Dusknoir deck would set up checkmate too quickly. So any card that can quickly set up checkmates is going to be a card that Jake, you can easily play Canceling Cologne or Hex or any of that to deal with the Dragapult. It's not that bad. And Dragapult doesn't single-handedly decimate an entire board state, you know? Dragapult can do 120 damage to it. Yeah, Dragapult's fine. They're not even in the same ballpark. They're really not. Okay, we've got Counter Energy, Guzman, Hala, Peonia there. Let's Guzman, Hala. And discard. That's fine. Discard those. And a tool card. Alrighty then. Slap Mystery Energy onto Wobbuffet. Muscle Band onto Dreepy. Tropical Beach. And let's go to the beach, shall we? Feels good. And here's the escape rope. And this could just be like this one turn. It might just be the Battle Compressor, Melodic, Amazing Surge, and then I lose. It's coming for sure. All you have to do is go get Irida, and Irida can go get the Melodic and the Battle Compressor. That's it. There it is. Do you see how easy that was? I even had ability lockup. Really wishing that I had not gotten rid of my teammates now. But that's fine. What do I got in the prizes? Huh. Yeah, it's not great, guys. It's not great. All right, I need Trevor to be short in it. All right, he's short in energy. He's short 1 energy. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's go. All righty then. Sheesh. Okay. Let's go. And I've got Mysterious Treasure. Get rid of Cynthia and Caitlin. I gotta get that Mew, but it doesn't really matter because they could just Intellion for the. You know what I'm saying? Did I literally just grab Curly instead of Dracloak? That's sick. There are too many psychic guys in here, bro. All right, that's fine. Player diff right there for sure. Man, there's like a million things I could have rather grabbed than that. Here we go. And then Fog Crystal. And I will go get to my Mew. And we're going to slap that guy out, and then we will Marnie. Treats, bench, beach. Okay, and the Kyogre is ready to go. So Mew, I mean, obviously Mew helps against Drizzile. Or Mew helps against Kyogre, but they play Silent Lab. So if they can just find the Silent Lab, then they can just do the whole thing, right? So let's go. Is Dimension Valley worth it this turn? No. Well, yeah, probably. It's Colress. We find Scoop Up Nets and Level Ball. Dracloak is the one that I wanted before. I don't have very many good cards in this hand. I've got Scoop Up Nets. I could just go get Let Loose Marshadow. I don't actually mind that. This hand kind of stinks. So I can Scoop Up Nets, Inkay, and just Let Loose Trevor to 4, which feels better. And we do find the Dracloak anyway, which is pretty ideal. So we can do that. Now that feels good. And then we can Psychic Assault for 10. So that's pretty good. Like that. Phoebus is back down. And another reason why Psychic has such a good time against this deck is because you can Psi Power the Phoebus at any given point in the match to just keep the... All right, looks like Trevor may have it. Oh, God. There's the Silent Lab. Nope, doesn't have the switch. Very good. So we're going to go Dragapult and Parallel. And then like this thing's ready to go though, you know? It's like that's fine. No. Oh yeah, I cannot attack anymore either. That's fine, let's pass. So we're in a weird spot. Very grindy situation. Yes, F-Surge, I think so. I do think so. And I think that for me, it's like looking holistically at the whole picture, I think the format is less likely to survive if this combination stays in the format, because people will not be having fun and want to quit. Because, and the reason for that is that it's such an oppressive deck that can set up checkmates too quickly. And there are very few ways to play around it. I think that the deck is way more versatile than I had originally given it credit for. Even if its A plan doesn't work out, it's still got B plan and C plan that can work. So this is, it's not something that I've taken lightly. As you guys can obviously see, we've been considering the implications of this card for quite some time. We've got Wobbuffet we could promote. Nah, Jeremy, it's really not the same. Not even close. Because Rillaboom is like Grass's biggest energy accelerator. Melodic is just one of the various tools that Water has, and just one that can very easily power up Kyogre. And Water is still very good otherwise. Alright, so we can Raihan to the Necrozma. And then go get a special energy. And knock out the Kyogre. But then it's like, is that even what we want to do? Let's think. I could Lusamine. No, we don't want to Lusamine. Okay. Let's Raihan. Could also Raihan to sure, let's go to the Necrozma. Then we need special energy to take the knockout. It's not great. And then I'm taking, I could take Juniper or something. That's fine. We'll do that. Do I bench the Inkay? Probably not. Probably not. All right, special laser. And then can take Juniper just to see more cards next turn. The Inteleon probably can't knock out the Necrozma. I think that you really got to spend a lot of time thinking about. You got to spend a lot of time thinking about like game theory and what makes games fun to play and why people play games in the first place. It like you need to separate yourself from like whether or not you personally enjoy piloting a deck and ask if both players are having fun, right? And one of the things that makes Gym Leader Challenge, in my opinion, the best format in the Pokemon trading card game is that win or lose, both players are more likely to have fun than if they're playing any other format. And it's because Both players have an opportunity to execute their strategy, build a board state, evolve Pokemon into play. These are the things that make playing fun. You get to have decisions, micro decisions throughout the match that can really have a lasting impact on the game. And the problem is that Kyogre often removes all of that. It's not just a powerful card that is getting hated on. It is okay. Got Manaphy, doesn't matter. Ordinary Rod. It's fine. Retreat. Benching K. Special laser. Yes. And yes, this is a conversation that's been happening for a long time. A long time. And it's like really, I'm the one who built this format, and it's gotten as big as it has because people are having fun. So I'm always invested in making sure that players are having as much fun as possible. And that players are feeling like they have an opportunity to execute their strategies and enjoy some of the most fun Pokemon cards they've ever played. It's something that I take a lot of pride in. So, of course, Gym Leader Challenge is my baby. I'm always hyper-analyzing it, making sure that it's the best that it can be. Let's go Psychic Recharge to Dragapults. Attach there. Ultra Ball these. Grab Mew. And Phantom Force. Seems good. See what Trevor's got. Probably not much. I think I've kind of got this one in the bag. But again, Psychic has so many. I think the decks that are probably best against Kyogre are Psychic and Water. Because they both have bench barrier. You force them to have another piece of the puzzle. Like, yeah, they can play Chaotic, they can play Silent Lab, but you could just counter it. All right, GG's, Trevor, GG's. Let's try that again. Right, the ones that are best against Kyogre are the only ones that have, and it's Gym Leader Challenge, so it's a different kind of format than standard, right? So you have to take these kinds of things into consideration. Well, going first, that's fine.
We've got Wobbuffet, and I'll pass. Trevor's going second. He's got Alolan Vulpix and Brooklet Hill, so some great opportunities to get set up. And again, it's like Kyogre's main issue is that it can set up checkmate so quickly, and that's going to decrease. Like, you think about, why do people play games? Why do people play card games at all? It's so that to have fun. What is fun? How do you ensure that players are having the most amount of fun while playing a card game? You have to ask yourself all of these questions when you're thinking about this kind of stuff. It's like a very kind of you're really getting into game philosophy. You can't just say, I don't like that card, or whatever. It's not really how it goes. Let's see, we got Counter Energy. We've got Dragapult and Gallade in the hand. But I've prized a whole bunch of fellas. Dracloak is there, so that's good. And we've got Inkay. I think that Necrozma is probably my best attacker. Inkay doesn't need to be down quite yet. So we'll just get these guys. And there's not really any abilities that can get used yet, so I think I'm okay to just attach this Counter Energy to Necrozma and pass. Right? Because I don't have to retreat into Wobbuffet. There's really no points. All right, we got Remoraid now. And now I want to get Wobbuffet in the active, right? Now that there are abilities that can be used, we want to do that whole thing. So Kyogre is getting ready to go. I've got Juniper or Cynthia. It's probably going to be a Cynthia situation because I don't want to Juniper away my Gallade and Dragapult. So that's fine. You find a basic Psychic Energy, which is cool. And I think I'm going to go here in Cynthia, and if I can find my I do not find that guy, unfortunately. So it's looking like we probably just retreat into Wobbuffet and hope that Trevor doesn't have Escape Rope Boss or Guzma, but he totally does. Right? It's got Guzma. It's not good for us. The Dracloak. But there's no energy in the discard pile yet. But Shady Dealings can do it. But can... Yeah, Shady Dealings for Irida, but can't play Irida this turn. Yeah, that was a whoopsie, wasn't it? Yeah, you hate it when that happens. Okay. Yes, that should have been a battle compressor for sure. Let's go Muscle Band onto Dracloak and we got town map. Okay. So one more energy and I can use it to attack. Which is fine. Let's at least go barrier attack so that I'm decreasing damage I receive from Necrozma. That's fine. Or damage I receive, yeah, receive onto Necrozma. I just don't see, I don't really see the merits of there being a Pokemon that can do 80 damage to every single Pokemon on your opponent's board in the formats. I don't really see the merits of this card being fun and balanced at all. All right, so unfortunately we are getting hexed, which is not good. Yeah, like maybe 60, but 80 is like, 80 is pretty gnarly. All right, we got Scoop Up Nets on Intellion, set it back down. This guy is really the enabler of the whole deck, for sure. Okay, I'm losing now, so counter energy works. Let's go Horror Psychic Energy to Dracloak, Fog Crystal for Inkay. Juniper. Did I prize my Marshadow? No. Where's my Marshadow? It's in the deck still. Okay. I can parallel, which won't really matter. Basculin and Vulpix will just go. Level Ball for Marshadow. Field Blower doesn't need to happen. Parallel. Just fine. Then Let Loose, which doesn't work because of Hex. That's right. Thank you, Monarch Master, for the subs. Appreciate it. Thank you. But I think we just lose now. Yeah, let's get some hype in the chat for Monarch Master with the 5 gifted subs. This is literally just checkmate, right? Because you just do it again and then boom, that's it. You see? There she goes. Do you see why it's like this card probably just shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Like no card should be able to do that. Do you, like, how many more times do you need to see it? It's a format of single prizers. Yeah, Trevor, listen, man, I'm not always right. My Mew got knocked out the previous turn because of Hex Maniac. Okay. And this is like the deck with the best Kyogre matchup. Honestly. Okay, we've got a stellar opening hand with Gloria. Love that. Tricloak, Dragapult, fine. It's good. Am I going to be able to get my Gallade into play? Maybe. Okay, I like it. Seems solid. And we got Necrozma. Wow. Wow. That is something. And then I can Floater. Floater? I can Floater. Retreat into Wobbuffet. Put the mystery energy there. Pass. Yeah, Psychic could play 2 bench pair. You got Mr. Mime and you got Mew, dude. It's crazy. Psychic has like the best of all the worlds when combating a deck like Kyogre, because you've got ability lock with Wobbuffet, you've got bench barrier with Mew and Mr. Mime, and you've got further ability lock if you want it with Garbodor. Right. Has hand disruption. Yeah, Psychic has all of the pieces, but not every deck has that. And the formats should not ever devolve into just Psychic versus Kyogre. Right? That's nobody wants that. Okay, we can put counter energy and let's Juniper. We've got Mysterious Treasure. And we can discard Fog Crystal. And get Miss Magius. Quick Ball. Away Beach. Grab Inkay. Mysterious Massage. And then I'm chilling. That's fine. Lost City, unfortunately, doesn't really do it because they can just play Chaotic Swell and hand disruption. It's hard. Like when it comes down to the counterplay, like needing to play Field Blower and Lost City in the same turn, Water is always going to be the best deck at being able to do that. So like Lost City is a card that makes the most amount of sense to play in Water, like the Wailord versions, because you can easily deal with this. Now, this card might not be as good with the new Wailord coming out because it, but Water and Psychic already have good matchups. But Water and Psychic are not like the only types in Gym Leader Challenge is the thing. So level ball. Let's get Curlia. Psychic Recharge. Onto Necrozma. Horror Psychic Energy here. Why did I do that? Oops. It's cool. Retreat. Hex and Special Laser. I just can't really think of like a reason why. There are other really good spread attackers in Water's card pool. I can't really think of a reason why this card or how this card would be involved in a healthy way, right? The attack is just oppressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's gonna have fun when their board gets wet. Like, nobody's having fun when all their Pokemon get knocked out at the same time, right? And the whole idea of Gym Leader Challenge format is to have fun evolving your Pokemon and things like that, and having, counterplay and things like that. No, definitely not, Jonesy. That would not be a good idea. Okay. So now we can Ball Guy. Or N. My Mew is prized. Maybe I should have thought about that before I played Town Map, but I'm not going to lie. I'm having some brain rot going on, so that's fine. Let's Ball Guy. Start to set up our dudes a little bit more. Yo, did I discard my... I did discard my guy, didn't I? What are you doing in that discard pile, Gallade? Why are you there? You should not be there. It's not where you belong. Okay. We'll do that. Psychic Recharge. I should have evolved into Dracloak last turn. I'm playing like a little bit of a goon, but it's fine. You can't Hisuian Heavy Ball. I already flipped over my prizes with the Town Map. I'm playing like a little bit of a goon, but it's okay. But you could see how important this card is in this matchup. Between Wobbuffet and Hexmaniac and Bench Barrier Mew, it's just, you just have everything, right? Escape Rope, pretty good right there. Sure, we'll send up Necrozma. Here comes the Kyogre. Level Ball for Drizzile. Drizzile for Battle Compressor. Or it doesn't need Battle Compressor. Drizzile for Melodic. It's all good. It's all good, Trevor. Yeah, it looks like because he needed to be able to put the extra energy on with the oh, I think he finds it anyway, so all right, good. Game preserved. And here we go. Drizzile now can get the melodic. And boom goes the dynamite. I'm going to be able to get my Mew out of the prizes, thankfully. That's pretty good. So I will gladly take that. Unfortunately, this means my Curlia is going down. So not super duper into that. But it's okay. Now there's a whole Drizzile there. Yeah, this, you can see how this is problematic. A special laser does 100 and I don't have any energy in my discard pile. I cannot Raihan. That's pretty dope. So we've got Dragapults. We've got Mew. I don't know why I just nest balled for the Giratina. Probably because I'm having Kyogre brain rot, but that's okay. We've got N to 4. Hex doesn't do anything. Not enough energy in my discard pile. Need to do 150 damage to the active, so I think that the best course of action is to just Juniper. And I need to find an energy. Or the Dimension Valley. Those all work. Or even retreat and attack with Dragapult. I mean, none of it really matters. Field Blower is a good card to have. Dimension Valley is a good card to have. We'll just Special Laser for the knockouts. And probably take the Psychic Energy. Seems fine. Now I got to worry about... I guess there is at least no Phoebus down, so that's good. I don't have to worry about the Kyogre coming back this turn. But one of the strong things that the deck can do is it can promote Articuno and then buy a turn to do it again, right? And with only 4 prizes left, if Trevor can Amazing Surge one more time, he wins. There's a lot of good spread Pokemon in water. I mean, there's Shining... Volcanion does 50 to 2 Pokemon. There's a Starmie that has like a lot of... It does like a 30 multiplier spread thing. Well, there's a lot of good spread Pokemon, but this one, oh boy. That one is a lot. And I don't... Yeah, there's a Greninja that has Dragapult's ability, the same thing. It does 50 to 2. There's Kyurem, Glaciate Kyurem, 30 to everything. And that's like a really good spread attack. 30 to everything is crazy. That's like really strong. So far today, it's felt like Psychic has been the only type that I've been playing where I felt in any way, shape, or form in control of the game. Everything else felt like I was just completely at the whim of the Kyogre deck. And it did not feel very balanced or back and forth at all. But the Psychic deck does feel very good against Kyogre. Definitely. You just have so many tools to fight it. Okay, we have to deal with Articuno active. We've got Lucamine. We've got Field Blower. That's fine. Don't need to play the Field Blower necessarily. 3 prizes left. We got a lot going on. Okay, do I have Gust in my discard pile? There's Hex there. I'm not sure that I want to play Hex. I mean, like, literally, if that Kyogre attacks, I lose. So, that's the situation we're in. It's Colress for a lot. Seems fine. I don't think that there's anything that he can do. I counter energy. Okay, so like, I shouldn't say that. Let's just chill for a minute. Okay. Fine. Hopefully Trevor doesn't have a way around this. Because there is a way. With counter energy, it's possible to go... It's possible to do it all, right? What I wanted to see is if maybe I could Guzma with the Wobbuffet active. And it looks like I'm going to be able to do that. So this is the game-winning play, probably. Psychic Recharge onto Necrozma. And we can Phantom Force and then place the 3 damage counters onto Phoebus. And we can take Lysander and Muscle Band. And that should be game for us. My God. If Trevor has a way out of this, then I'll know, man. It's possible. This is what's upsetting. What's upsetting is that it's possible. If that doesn't upset you, that it's possible for Trevor to win this turn, then I don't know, man. It's fine. It should not be possible. But it is possible. You could go like Surge, Raihan, Aqua Patch, Counter Energy, Hex.
That's how it would have been possible. You would have had to play Surge. You would have had to revive the Kyogre. You would have had to Raihan to it, Aqua Patch to it, Counter Energy, Hex, GG's. Yeah. It was possible. Or not even, Hex didn't even need to be played. If you found the Silent Lab, then you could have used that too. Revive, Aqua Patch, Raihan, Counter Energy, Silent Lab. Yep. That could have done it. Which with Inteleon able to grab 2 of those cards, it's never that far out of the equation, right? And you can always Raihan for the Counter Energy. Sure, okay, but like I said, so is Revive, Aqua Patch, Raihan, Counter Energy. It's a 5-card combo. Inteleon can get you 2 of those cards, one of which being Raihan, which can get you the 3rd card. So how far off is it really? Then you can use Abyssal Hand to potentially draw into the final cards, right? And that's only against this deck, which has Bench Barrier, and what? 8 out of 10 decks do not have that. Nice. Aqua Bullets for the double knockouts. Thankfully, I have got Lysander in my hand. So that is... Or I could do it this away. Phantom Force. All right, GG's, Trevor, GG's. All right, I think I'm good on grinding games against Kyogre right now. It's a lot to think about. That's at the very least, you know. At the very least, I think that it's something that needs to be taken seriously, for sure. And talking about game balance and stuff like that. So, anyways, I got an appointment later today. I got to get out of here. You guys all take it easy and have a good one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out fullgripgames.com. We've got pre-orders available now for Silver Tempest singles. And I'll be back tomorrow. Is there anything? Yes! Tabletop tomorrow with Jesse. We're going to be showing off new standard decks from Silver Tempests. It's going to be a good time. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow for some tabletop gameplay featuring Jesse Parker. All right. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out. Hopefully you have a lovely day. Let's all go say hi to Grant. See ya.